Morning everyone. Well, it's just gone 7 o'clock and I'm shifting first mob of cows. So this group here, they ended up having their first, what I would say, tight break. You know, first day of break feeding was Sunday, which is yesterday. And the reason, so plans always change on a farm. I ended up grazing off the new grass paddock with the milking mob, the bigger mob, because it was get it done faster. So 159 cows on there. Girl, you don't need to run into me. And then I split them up yesterday. So I did that, graze the new grass on Saturday, because then I can spray that nitrogen onto it. So yeah, that's the plan. Things always change. It's probably one of the great things about farming, you can change what you're doing pretty easily. So they're under the silage, so I need to feed out silage in there tomorrow's break. And other mob of cows, they've got to have today set up. I haven't put up a wire, so I'm going to go and do that now, and then I'm going to spray on some urea. So I don't know if I ever showed you the finished product, but this is where our sign is on our gateway. So here's our gateway. Bajering Family Farm, established 1921, and there's our Century Farms plaque. So I just gave this a light grazing on Saturday, so you're going to put, this is where I'll spray the first load on there, and the leftover will go up onto one of the annual paddocks. So this it's still leaking the antifreeze out of this EGR cooler. You can see it's all wet around there. Probably get a mechanic to have a look at it, try and seal it up. Might have another go, but it's a pain because it's leaking all the coolant out of it. Looks like there's rain coming. They are forecasting a little bit of rain. Oh no, it was a little bit of rain today. Yesterday said 50%, sort of around lunchtime, but it is a little bit cloudy there. So, but then we've still got a nice day, Tuesday, Wednesday. Come on, girls. Take it easy on the strainer, please. So it's for us, it's very common to be eating the ground or eating the grass down this hard, because we are slowing them down. So we've gone from sort of like a 35-40 day round down to 90 to 100, give or take. Yeah, the cows are going to eat down pretty hard. So typically we'll feed them either some silage or hay. So they're getting silage bales at the moment, so that they'll just get fed those silage bales till they're all gone. Probably last just over a month. I haven't actually had a count up over there, see how many we got, but yeah. So that's how we do it. We're pretty much just a grass-based system right through the winter. We do obviously do spray on dissolved urea with gibberellic acid, so you get a bit of extra growth through that, but otherwise, yeah, just grass. So they're pretty happy in there. We got into their silage. So I'm just dropping trailer off we've been borrowing. It's the neighbour's one, and there's our farm right there. So we're down in the valley. Alright, so yeah, I've done a load of spray already. The GoPro I was using is my newer one, and it has a white battery, and I have these blue batteries from my old one, and they only use 50% of the battery for some reason and went flat. So I'm just going to give the case grease, and then I've actually got another load dissolving, so we'll go and spray that on while the weather is pretty still, and still got to go to the runoff. So yeah, there's still a fair bit to do, set up some more fences, so we'll just carry on. I'd love to get a battery grease gun. Okay, that'd be the way to go. I've got this sort of like quick release grease fitting. Dylan got it for me, and it's heaps better. Actually managed to get grease into these fittings. The old ones just keep popping off all the time or getting stuck on. So you can see there's some white particles there. It's still not quite dissolved. So normally I wouldn't have this much urea in here. Normally maybe half the amount of urea. I don't do it, you know, exact. It's just roughly, because it's going on at such a light rate. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. But it's the first time where I've put urea on at a heavier rate while spraying it on, so been interested to see how it goes. I think I'll probably tend to go that way if we get a bit better growth, and especially after talking to the guy from Towenford saying that in one growth cycle of a plant they can only use 12 units of N anyway, so yeah, we might as well try a bit more. So I think I'm still going to put it in the sprayer as that, because it'll dissolve, you know, in the sprayer as well. Well, I've given up with spraying for now. There's a little bit of rain coming, so I've still got half a tank, so either I'll put it on later on today or tomorrow morning when it's a bit stiller, so yeah, we'll just go with the weather. Can't change that. Well, here it comes. Here comes some rain. So I've given up spraying for a little while. I want to give the tractor a grease anyway, so I brought it back. Got to go to the runoff, get a couple of things from town, so I've got plenty of other things to carry on with. Hopefully this just blows over. Since giving them a B12 copper and a pour on against lungworm, they seem to have really turned a corner. They're looking a lot better. They got full guts when I come and shift them. They were looking a bit hollow before and a bit light, but yeah. And they're getting a good feed of silage at the moment too. They're still leaving a bit behind. That's a good sign. We're on the up. Well, that rain didn't come much, blew over. So just finished spraying that on, that last load. So I'll get another one dissolved in case I do some in the morning. Yeah, so now some fencing jobs. I got that switch for on the electric fence. Go and put that in, finish off that underground cable over there, rehang that gate on the other side, so probably going to go and do that now. I also need to do some fencing down the alleyway, just so that that's all sorted. So yeah, lots of little jobs. That's pretty much what it's going to be like for the next 10 days till we go. Just getting all those little bits and pieces tidied up. Yeah, so not very exciting, but that's what it is on a dairy farm. Everyone does it different too, so there you go. So when you're going away for a long stretch of time, it does take quite a bit of planning. Yeah, Dad has run the farm for 30 or 40 years, but I want to make sure everything is all sweet and nice and easy for him to do. So yeah, on Wednesday these bulls will go over on the other side of those dry cows over there, and they'll stay there, get break fed, hopefully pretty much the whole time we're away. Maybe have to go to another paddock, but yeah, we'll work that out. So yeah, now I'm going to go and help get the wood splitter Dad's been working on for us. Going to get that out of the shed, because we can't do any more of it till it's out of the shed because it's so big. So yeah, like I say, things change all the time. I am going to get to that fencing. Right, we'll connect this up to the power. So I've done the switch on the other side, just over there. So I just got to connect this up, which I'm not sure if I can do with one hand actually. Oh yeah, I can. So leaving that plastic tail on means you can undo that if you have to, if you ever have a problem. So now, if I get the tester, there'll be power here. 4.9, should be power here. 4.9. So if I switch this off, there'll be no power just here, which will be the same for over there. So that's good, that's that done. So I can leave that on because there's no reason for it to be off now. So last winter, all I would do to get power over here is I'd run a reel across from there to there, which is not ideal, it's very temporary, but we've sorted it now by getting that underground cable done. The old underground cable that was here was actually telephone cable, and I was talking to my dad, and my grandfather used to, just pick up, real cheap stuff, and he got a roll of telephone cable, so that's what was used to get the power around the farm. But you got to do what you got to do back in the day. So as the gate stands like that, it's way too high at that end. I don't know if I have enough adjustment winding the bottom one in and the top one out, but I do have a longer gudgeon I could put in and wind that out, which I think I'll probably just do, because another good job done. I end up having to use a longer gudgeon there, which I've got a few different lengths, so that's alright. And then because it's a concrete strainer, I just had to use a wire catch, but it works perfect. So yeah, another good job done. On to the next one. So yeah, there's a lot of grazing here for the cows while I'm away, pretty much. So this paddock here was the paddock that's had annual drilled into it, so once he gets a bit more leaf on it, I'll put a bit of N on it, dissolved urea. So yeah, The air is definitely cool though. I've just had to put my jersey back on, cooling down. So this might get boring to a few people, but it's just what we're up to at the moment. So I'm gonna put 5 wires on this little stretch here. I want to make it nice and easy for my dad because he's going to be grazing these paddocks like I've said, and we don't want to be relying on a temporary fence, so we're going to remove that and put the wires there. I do have a crescent somewhere, but I always seem to lose a crescent when I'm fencing. I did have one with me when I started doing my fencing jobs, but not no more. Yeah, things are always changing. So Suzanne gave me a call, I don't know, half an hour ago. She said there was the neighbour had rung to say that there was some stock that looked like they were going to break out. Now they weren't ours, and the neighbours didn't look like they're going to break out, so I don't know what that was about. But I've brought back a couple of gates. We've got a couple of Taranaki gates that need replacing, and I've got some free gates, so I'm gonna put them in. And I've also got another load of urea dissolving because it's starting to calm down, and if it calms down enough, I think I'll put a load on tonight, because it'd be good to get, this is just my thinking, but it'd be good to get more urea on before we go, just so that we're growing grass while we're not here, because yeah, I don't think Dad will do any of that, but that's fine. He doesn't need to. So yeah, we'll carry on with this fence and then on with the next bit. So I was going to put 5 wires on that one, but that bottom wire is actually close enough to the ground, so these posts are just in a bit further. Over time the ground is built up just here, so they're a bit shorter than normal, but still keep stocking. Yeah, it's only a little job, but it's a job done. So clean up and connect the hot wire up here, and then go and hopefully I'll get one gate done, one of these. It's always funny how you take so long to get jobs done, and then when you actually get them done, it's like, oh man, that shouldn't have taken that long. So it's good, 5.4 all the way up here. So that goes across, there's power on all that now, and also the underground cable's connected up across here, so this short section here should have power on now too, which it didn't used to. 5.4, so that's good. Also another little thing I've done, because normally we put a reel there, I had a spring gate with me, so I put one there, just goes across, so now you don't need to carry a reel up here when we turn them in this gate. There's a spring gate there. Simple. So it's the next job. So we got Taranaki gates. So Dad's done these fences, which are really good. They go through here, splitting the paddock up, makes it heaps easier for brake feeding. And he's actually made these gaps here to suit a gate. So these gates, some of them are just a little bit twisted, which is not a big deal really. But the only thing I need to do now is just wind that end, wind it up a fraction. Now Minter, check that out. So good to get that done. So I've got another Taranaki gate, a couple of fences over. I think that one's alright. And there's also a Taranaki gate up there, so I've got enough gudgeons to do all those gates, so we'll just see how we go. It's good getting some of these jobs done. Thought it was too good to be true. There were those 2 old gudgeons there. They do line up with that fixed, those fixed hinges, but the problem is the gate's way up like that, so I'll have to put gudgeons in that one, but that's right. I'll leave it there and that'll be tomorrow's job. Last thing I got to do is go and set up a fence for the dry mob over on Gum Hill for tomorrow morning, so I'll go and do that. So the cows are just around the corner there. This will be tomorrow's break. That'll be Wednesday's break. So this is what we call Gum Hill. You would have heard me talk about it before. Once again, there's bush hut just up there. It's actually a very pleasant afternoon. But time to go home now. I'm done for the day. Go and catch up with the kids. Haven't seen them since they went to school. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.